Bueno, open, had to go live. Want to show you guys what's in play as it happens with Edgeful. So, going to do a quick stream this morning. Here's our countdown to the opening bell. And here is, boom, markets open. First thing I see, I'm on QQQ here. Gap up. It's got distance to target. It's got my size. My bias is bearish that we're going to go down. So, want to show this to you guys in real time. So here is my chart. We're in the first candle here. So let me go down to the 1 minute chart. Maybe. There we go. All right. So we're going to have a gap fill that pops up here any moment as this first candle gets going. But we're watching this. I can go straight to this report page here. Well, there we go. Apple is flying right now at the open. I guess everybody in the world is on Edgeful right now. There we go. Let me exit. Size of the gap. We gapped up on QQQ, 71% chance that we're going to fill this gap at some point. It is the gap fill is going to be down here. This area, we are ripping. There was some bullish things this morning. I'm taking a look at stuff. You guys are seeing my brain work in real time here. All right. QQQ, we're getting further away from the gap. The gap size right off the open, but it's still fairly strong. Let's see what SPY looks like. Small gap up on SPY. Very small. That should fill. Oh, no, not SPX SPY. Okay. So SPY just filled. This is a session gap where we gap down. We just filled that right here. We are breaking the previous day high. But trading view is slow this morning too. Let's see how far. Small gap. That's going to be a strong probability of a close. Now my internet's running a little bit better. You see how fast I got here? 84 on SPY. I always watch this gap up to see where it's at, which we can see it's down there. I trade Qs a little bit more, so I'm going to go back to QQQ. We are over the previous day. This open is insane. I'm listening to the guys on Spaces. This is everything ripping, going very green after our holiday weekend. And watching us get further and further away, which recently, last 5 gap ups, which it shows me here right on what's in play. In play, 15-minute orb here in about 10 more minutes. We moved almost that far. We're still ripping to the upside right now. We opened up over the previous day high. That's another report. I just did a video. Wednesday night, I sent it out to you guys. Why is it so bad? Here we go. I can touch. That was for my video on Wednesday. There's a report for that. But I'm focused on the what's in play right now. I may show that as a bonus. This is the gap orb indicator, so we can watch that as it forms. Right now, you see the red here and the green here because that's our current orb setup. I may have to take a short just based on that fib and how far. Yeah, let's look at a short here. Because I have this level. I don't know. Things are so strong right now. All right. What's in play? At the top, still in beta, still new features coming out right and left. They're adding tickers to it. It's got all your favorite tickers. QQQ is the main thing I trade, so that's what I'm watching. There's my distance. Wow. We are a little extended here. What was our previous week's range? Oh, we broke previous week's range as well. That's worth noting too, guys. There's stats on both of those. Looks like I may be having a little bit of connectivity issues this morning. And so when you look at this, the gap of the size, you can go to the report itself. So like I was saying, I can easily click that. Here's those same stats, just standard. Gap up 58%, not filled 42%. But by weekday, guys, I'm gonna have to figure this out. There we go. Gap up 75% filled, 25% not on Monday. So actually Monday, there's a much stronger chance. The short's going to work out, guys. I took the short live here. I took it 128 is my average. I added to it a little bit. See if it stays under here. Kind of risk a little gap. That's a 71% chance. I think we fill that gap at some point. It may take a half hour or more. This is also, so here's the orb, and this is in real time, right? Forming. Once it forms, I can see the stats, and it'll actually give me this same breakdown. This is what I want to highlight on this stream this morning, is just this what's in play. And what it's doing here. A strong open. Look at this. Strong open. So if we go any higher, I'm going to have to get out and get back in. SPY cooling off. Okay, SPY is cooling off. Basically rejecting up here previous day high. You know, so we'll see. Small, it should fill based on the same thing I was just showing you guys on Mondays. There's that stat. There's that stat right there. 84% chance at a gap of that size. Mondays, 76% of the chance on Mondays. Just to compare that, like if you look at Wednesday, any smoother. Figure out what's going on. All right, my shorts on in Q based off of QQQ. I have double confluence between this right here. So watch Q router at some point today. This is not fun. There we go. There's back to QQQ's chart. There's the gap down there. What's going on with my internet? Usually I don't have this issue. A couple more minutes because I want you guys to see this right here, this orb as well, so you can see the other pieces of what's in play. This one will be the same. This is IB initial. See that, but long alive enough to see this, and we'll kind of see if this fills out. The nice thing about this is you can have this in a side tab or something on your screen as you flip back and forth, or have it pulled up, side by side, and I can watch this distance. All right, this short's playing out, guys. There we go. All right, I'm up about 28 points. Let's take a little trim. All right, I'm about the quality of the stream right now, but it's still important. I don't want to turn it off because this is important. We're looking at kind of a live trade opportunity here. These two upper wicks right into that area, make me feel better about it. Here we go, count down the distance to our target. This is 1 minute delayed on data, so obviously if you see my chart and then you're looking at this, 1 minute delayed. 1 minute's pretty quick if you think about basically a real-time data service as far as to us. There is our orb. So here's what I was talking about, QQQ. There's your 15-minute orb. Here's your low. Here's your high. Double break is the most common. Single break, not as common there, but there's our orb size. We'll watch this develop as well. So we have our orb set. Up here's at the top. Down here is the bottom. This I'm using SPY did push down a little bit. Did SPY fill the gap yet? So this is something I've got to watch. If SPY fills this gap, it could easily get a bounce. And QQQ maybe not go fill it. Break even. That's why we take trims. We were up like 28 points there. At least I was. That's why we take trims. Boy, Q's much stronger than Pete. You closed before data. Yeah, that makes sense. There is data coming out. I usually don't like to trade a whole lot of this first hour. I am very light in this position. Is still. Let's go look at SPY. You're right at that 140, putting in a little bit of a shooting star, kind of like a evening star reversal to the downside. So this is saying SPY did fill the gap. Notice how he bounced. Okay. This is by session. There. Gap fill by New York. Interesting. But we're continuing to push away from the. There is, I mean, strong that we do. That's interesting. What this candle closes as, may have to get out of the rest of this short. Basically a wash trade. And I actually prefer the 30-minute orb, so gap fill. Still down here. But we break the previous day high. We're over the previous week's range. That makes me think bullish bias just based on touch this though at some point. I have a couple layers of confidence back down, and I just got stopped out, by the way. Super bullish open here, but there's like a structure, and then I'll try to play it short. But looking at this, here's our orb size, and I can go straight to the report page. If you're at internet, into the short here, if we don't support here, if we do something like, where's my path? If we do something like this, that would be kind of, again, right here, it's falling back under. Yeah. Average performance of breakout. We can use the measuring tool and look at that. I have this set to 30 minute because that's my preference. Been watching 15-minute orb. So basically, by performance, this report looks at the performance after price breaks out of the opening range before breaking back down into it. On average, you're going to go 0.38 higher. Oh, what's going on? Oh, no. Well, it's a Monday morning when your stuff's going all over the place. On average, we would go up here, but we have that same strong data telling me that we're going to come down. So we'll have to keep monitoring that, because since we did break of that, here's the report right there of how far you go on average once you break it. So we may watch that a little bit too if we go another $1 or $2 higher on Qs. I'm still looking at the so we have data here in a second. All right. I can scroll through and watch all this. Yeah, nothing's telling me. Look at it. We immediately, so this is what I was just talking about. We immediately broke over and started on the orb high. That's going to keep me from getting in a short, because this is an immediate hold of orb high. So until this fails, then we can look for this. But this is why confluence is important. Coming into a whole number up here. 150 was our R, which is interesting. IWM is getting beat up a little bit this morning. So like I was saying, average performance when we break over the orb is what, it was 38. So it's going to be like way up here somewhere. I like how this tells me, like on the ADR, I can just scroll down here and see, okay, the bullish potential move for the ADR to fill, $5 ADR. This is current last 5 days and how much it's moved. 515.64. Now we did have the holidays, so something to take into consideration there, but 515.64 is interesting. Up to here in this area, so a little bit higher than where my measuring tool is. This, see if this holds or falls. One candle above, it looks pretty good still. Nothing tells me to take this short right now because we, this part's hard. We opened over the previous day high, and we've. I just did this video. As SPY, as boy, I'm having all kinds of. Outside days. This is a. All right. All these candles were closing on the 5-minute. We fell right here. Double break is the stronger. There's the other side of things, but double break is the strongest thing on this 15-minute orb that we have set, which would mean we break this to fill this gap. That's data. I'm short again. As this fells, let's see if we can add back in a little bit here. Going on. This is I think playing out for us. SPY just did the double break of the orb. I don't even know where that gap fill was at. Let's check this one. All right. So the normal gap fill based on here, that gap just filled. That's what I was originally looking for there. Interesting. So we have to watch for the bounce on that. We're still above. We need this candle to close under here. And because of the size of this move that I'm kind of looking for, I don't want to be early to it because there's plenty to capture down here. And I don't need, I go to ink. Data's coming out right now. So, I mean, I'd be looking for a move basically, basically back down, probably to this points of move that we can look for. But we don't want to be early to it because everything's still, we're still over the orb. So this needs to fail. We need to break some structure, something. The 30-minute orb is going to actually be up here now. I'm tempted to start getting into the short again because I have some other confluence here. I like how we're but I like this gap size. I like all the confluence that we're going to touch down here at some point. Like I said, we need some type of trigger. We need this to fail, the orb to fail. The previous week's range. That would be another help this week. I don't know. My internet's so trash right now. I don't even know if I want to trade, but I do want this to play out. Boy, IWM getting beat up. We look around and see what else is moving. Microsoft close to level. I'm watching. IWM new lows. Netflix 900. Wow. Amazon doing well. Tesla's starting to come down a bit. Oh, ripping. Gosh. I don't know why my internet's so bad. We may watch for in queue. To come up to 200. There's liquidity I see sitting up. Something changed. My internet was working just fine before the market opened. Something. New highs still here. So there's liquidity. each other. We're above previous day high. We're above previous week's range. Confluence here. Short area for sure. So I don't know. I want to be careful because which is bullish. We're over the day high, which is also bullish. But we have stats that say we're going to come back down here. SPY is definitely weaker too. I'm thinking SPY is going to pull us down. SPY did not, and see, look, here's the previous day's high, which was also the previous week's. Well, this thing is so strong though on tech. So something not right. Double check. Oh wow, it's just this laptop. I'm getting like 30 download on this laptop, and I'm getting 270 on the other one, 280. Yeah, must be some updates to install. Well, that happens. I really want to get started into a short, but this is tough to just pick a top. I don't have any like. The further we get from this gap, the less I feel good about it filling too. Or we still do now. SPY did fill the gap. SPY may double break. This is a pretty high. Which SPY's double break would be we broke the bottom. Now we would go break this up here. Supporting right on or blow. Boy, I don't know. Monday morning mixed signals. Data's telling me different things. I'm hearing other people say that it's weird. Should just be me. No real confirmation of break of structure. This needs to fail. The short needs to do something like this. About it. I'm going to turn my camera back off just because I think it's going to save some. Works out. Looks like the only thing, because of how terrible with my internet right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Let me start it back up. Start my computer and my internet and stuff, and just see if it gets any better, because I don't want a terrible quality stream out here for you guys. Yeah, let's do that. Let's I'm going to restart everything. Remember, this is what it looks like. This is kind of what we're looking for. But you got to have some kind of break of structure until you have some type of break range above previous day high. But I did show the data point pretty strong. 69% of the time we come back and touch this. The 15-minute orb, usually you break both sides. My end, and then we'll see if I may fire it back up, or I may just make a video on this separately.